Saving money sounds simple in theory, but what about in real life? It often feels like a choice between living fully today and being prepared for tomorrow. Most advice makes it worse, telling you to cut back on everything, stop spending, and basically stop enjoying life. But what if there is another way? What if you could build better financial habits without giving up the things you love? No extreme sacrifices, no side hustles you hate, just a few smart changes that actually fit your life. Hello and welcome to our channel 5 Minute Finance by ET Money, where we talk about the basics of investing and personal finance. In this video, we are going to talk about 6 simple habits that can truly transform your bank balance, and none of them require you to stop enjoying life. Whether you are a student, a working professional, a business owner, or managing your home, even picking one or two of these habits can make a big difference. So let's get started. Let me tell you about Deepak, a colleague living the bachelor life in Delhi. He earned over 1 lakh a month. Yet by the 20th or 25th, he was always out of money. Huge credit card bills, impulsive shopping, and a live like there's no tomorrow attitude kept him trapped. Borrowing money isn't wrong if it's for a solid reason like buying an asset or expanding a business, but taking loans for gadgets, bikes, or impulsive purchases without guaranteed future income, that's a trap. Here's what happened to Deepak. His credit card bill of 10,000 rupees was due on February 19th. He missed the payment and was charged a late fee of 750 rupees plus 135 GST, totaling 885. His new outstanding became 10,885. On top of this, interest at 3.75% per month, 0.125% per day, was added starting from the transaction date. Since he paid late on March 10th, he racked up around 800 more in interest. Deepak's bill swelled to 11,681 without even adding any new purchases. And the longer he delayed, the more interest piled up, including interest on previous interest, that's revolving credit. His credit score also took a hit. So what's the lesson here? Taking a loan doesn't just mean returning the money. You also pay interest, often a lot more than you expect. And today, getting credit is ridiculously easy. Credit cards, loan apps, instant approvals everywhere. They tempt you with offers like interest-free periods, cashback, and reward points. You might even spend more than you need just to unlock these so-called benefits. But miss even one payment and they are ready to trap you with late fees, high interest rates, and penalties. Say no to credit unless absolutely necessary. Imagine running a restaurant without writing down orders. Chaos, right? That's precisely what happens when you manage money based on memory. We think we remember our spending, but the mind plays tricks. We forget the small leaks, that 300 rupee coffee shop stop, that 600 online subscription we never cancelled, those quick Swiggy orders. Over a month, they add up to serious money. While writing this script, I asked one of my colleagues to review her spending. At first, she said she spends most of her extra cash on gadgets, but when she tracked every rupee for 2 months in a row, it was the small transport rides, autos, Ubers, cab shares that were eating up her budget. So, when you start recording, patterns emerge. You see where your money goes, not where you think it goes. And when you know exactly where your money goes, you can figure out how to save. And no, you don't need Excel mastery or budget apps. Just a simple notebook, a basic mobile note, even a rough WhatsApp message to yourself each day works, simply to note down your expenses. Then review your spending at the end of every month. You'll feel more in control almost instantly. And once you have a handle on tracking your spending, the next step is organizing everything properly. Imagine trying to find a needle in a haystack when you are already running late. That's what it feels like when you scramble to find important documents at the last minute. Missed insurance premiums, lapsed warranties, lost job benefits. These don't usually happen because you can't afford them. They happen because you forgot or couldn't find the right paper at the right time. Let me give you a simple trick. Treat your important documents like gold. Insurance policies, warranty cards, utility bills, employment records. Keep everything in neatly labeled folders. Mark renewal dates clearly on them. Today, you can set smart reminders on your phone as well. Even keeping everything in one dedicated drawer can save you hours of panic later. Now that you are organized, let's talk about another crucial element, understanding inflation and how it impacts your money. In 2010, petrol was at 55 rupees per litre. Today it is over 110. A 100 rupee note could buy close to 2 litres then. It can't buy even 1 litre now. That's inflation. Your money loses value over time if it just sits idle. One of my relatives received a big retirement payout. The bank offered a fixed deposit at 7.25%, but with inflation at 6 to 7%, he would barely earn anything in real terms. So, for long term goals like retirement, equity mutual funds are one of the best options. But not all equity funds are the same. They invest in large cap, mid cap, and small cap stocks in different proportions, impacting their risk and return profiles. While market conditions affect returns, historically 12 to 15% returns are achievable over the long term. Therefore, choose the fund that matches your investment profile. You can scroll through our playlist, Mutual Funds for Beginners, and you'll find ample videos to learn and understand about mutual funds. So don't just save, invest smartly and make sure your returns beat inflation. Ever heard the saying, tiny leaks sink big ships? That's exactly how money works as well. Let's do some quick math. If you just save 80 rupees a day, you will almost have 30,000 by the end of the year. Sounds small. Now think about it. 80 rupees is also the price of 5 cigarettes, a couple of impulsive buys, or the delivery charges you pay without blinking. The problem is we often ignore small expenses because they seem harmless, but together they quietly eat into your bigger dreams. Small savings might feel invisible today, but they become powerful tomorrow. So respect every rupee. Cut the tiny wastes and watch your money grow. When you start valuing the small stuff, you automatically become more thoughtful about where your money goes next. You know that feeling when someone says, why save? We might not even see tomorrow. Let's just enjoy today. Sounds tempting, right? But here's the thing. Chances are we are going to live a long time. And when we do, we will be glad we did not blow it all too soon. Enjoying life is important, no doubt about it. But the trick is to spend on things that actually mean something. Good experiences, real learning, lasting memories. Not just a quick high from a random shopping spree. A lot of times we spend money just because we are bored, stressed, or trying to impress someone. Trust me, retail therapy feels amazing for 5 minutes and terrible when the credit card bill shows up. So here's a simple hack. Before you swipe that card or click buy now, pause and ask, do I really need this? Can it wait for 24 hours? Could this money be put to better use? That tiny pause can save you thousands and help you build a life full of real value, not just random stuff. So spend mindfully, don't let emotions decide your expenses. And that's a wrap up. But note, you don't have to master all these habits overnight. Pick just one or two to start with, the ones that feel easiest right now.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.